Welcome to the Power of Gratitude. Today we'll go over the benefits of gratitude and how it actually affects the brain. We'll do some brief practices that you can use to incorporate into your daily life, and we'll end with a very brief gratitude meditation. So to understand how powerful gratitude is, it's important to know that it really can affect your moods and your emotions. In fact, gratitude is kind of a natural antidepressant that we have on tap if we learn how to harness it and to truly feel gratitude. Neuroscience teaches us that when we express and receive gratitude, the brain releases some really feel-good chemicals like dopamine and serotonin that are enhancers of our mood. Dopamine is associated with really wanting to move forward, feeling hopeful and motivated, and serotonin is associated with a sense of satisfaction and joy with what you have in the moment. And the gratitude process can also promote optimism and selflessness and compassion and empathy and really improve our relationships. And gratitude can improve our overall health. There's research linking daily gratitude practices to less stress, better sleep, and more emotional awareness, understanding of our own feelings. So gratitude is really important in being a natural tool that we have on hand, and especially in enhancing our relationships. There's actually a theory called the find, remind, and bind theory of gratitude. And this kind of serves to explain that gratitude has an evolutionary function of strengthening relationships. So if we find a partner or any human connection, doesn't have to be a romantic partner, when we remind that person and of how grateful we feel toward them, and they reciprocate with that, it helps us bind or bond better with that individual and really creates stronger relationships when gratitude is exchanged in relationships. So what I'd like to do today is share some very brief practices you can do to create a daily routine of gratitude. And the reason it's so important to create a daily regular practice is that the brain has this capacity to change and strengthen certain circuits the more we do things. It's called neuroplasticity. And by doing regular gratitude practices, we not only teach the brain and strengthen the circuits in the brain for feeling gratitude, but we create those chemicals, those feel-good chemicals in the brain. We release those regularly, and we make feeling gratitude more accessible, more reflexive or habitual if we do gratitude practices on a regular basis. So the first practice I like to do is really a reframing practice where we swap I have to for I get to. And an example of how you would do that is take a task that you have to do where you're feeling a little bit unexcited or you're not really happy about having to do something, and you reframe it. So for instance, if you can see outside, it's been snowing for about a day and a half. And the first thing I thought of was how beautiful it was. And the next thing I thought of was I have to shovel the driveway or nag my husband to do it. And that have to kind of brought some negative emotions. And I immediately reframed with a gratitude practice. So I said, okay, I get to shovel the driveway. I am so grateful I have a driveway and a home I live in where I get to enjoy the snow. I am so grateful that I get to have the ability, the capacity to shovel my driveway. Not everyone is able to do that. My body allows me to do that. And I felt gratitude for that. And I realized that there are a lot of situations that are more triggering than just shoveling a driveway, like sometimes having difficult conversations. I have to have this unpleasant conversation. You can reframe that too. You can reframe that into I get to speak my voice. I am so grateful for giving myself the opportunity to be heard. I'm grateful that I value my voice and I can express myself. So even moving into difficult circumstances, difficult conversations, again, where there are emotional triggers, you can still reframe from that I have to into I get to. The second practice is another swap, another reframing, where we move from scarcity to abundance. And it's important to understand that the strength and the power of gratitude is that it allows us to see things from a place of abundance where we feel that we have enough and we don't feel like we're lacking something and wanting something and missing something, but we feel this abundance. And an example of a situation in which you could reframe from scarcity to abundance is you see something outside of you that someone else has and you feel that you lack it. Sometimes you might even feel unworthiness or jealousy. But if you feel abundance, it's very difficult to hold that idea of scarcity, of lacking. So the way you could reframe, I wish I had the success she has, would be, I admire the success that she's created. In fact, I'm grateful to see that it exists and I'm inspired to be witness to that. And I want to create my own success. In fact, I'm grateful right now for the success that I'm creating, having witnessed that from someone else. So you sit in this place of abundance where you're feeling it for yourself. And even though maybe you haven't created that success yet, the brain doesn't know the difference between what is experienced and what is imagined or visualized or aspired to have. We emit those same brain chemicals, those feel-good chemicals, whether we're imagining and visualizing something or we're actually experiencing it. So as you sit in a place of gratitude, feel gratitude for what you want to create in this moment, even when you haven't attained it yet. And that will still give you those feel-good hormones, and it allows you to reframe from this lacking into this abundance. The last daily practice or group of practices I call the gratitude cycle, where we express and we receive gratitudes. There are a lot of ways you can do that. You can do a gratitude visit, write a gratitude letter, make a gratitude call. Visits are a little hard during the pandemic, so writing a handwritten letter to someone is a really beautiful way to express gratitude. You could send a text, but express gratitude to someone and make that a regular practice. You can also have a gratitude journal. I keep these around my house and I write things in my journals whenever I feel gratitude, but also when I'm struggling, when I'm not feeling that gratitude, perhaps I'm feeling unworthiness. And I go back and I look in my journal and I see what I've written, and I'm reminded of all the things for which I am grateful. So doing this as a regular practice also gives you easy access to moments in which you felt gratitude before, and you can just keep filling up these gratitude journals. And you can also do gratitude jars. I have this jar that I keep in my kitchen, and I have one in my office, and all who enter my office are able to contribute to the gratitude jar. We've had delivery drivers, clients, my tile installers, my office manager, everyone contributes if they feel like it, and we get to share in the gratitude of others. And then another really helpful practice is to find a gratitude buddy, someone with whom you're accountable, to whom you're accountable, and you can share gratitude each day. I have a friend and we text each other something for which we're grateful each day. Sometimes I forget, she'll text me and remind me, and we exchange gratitude each day. Sometimes it's for each other, sometimes it's for other people or other situations. So the last practice you can do is a gratitude meditation, which we'll do right now. So find a comfortable seat that you can sustain for just a few minutes and join me on that seat. And let's begin to close our eyes and just notice our breath. Go ahead and place your hand on your heart, connecting to your heart space, feeling your chest rise on the inhale and fall on the exhale. and just find some stillness. And as you connect to your heart space, begin to imagine a person to whom you are grateful. It can be someone you're very close to, or it can even be a complete stranger that perhaps did something kind for you recently. But just bring to mind that person, any person, who's done something for which you are grateful. And envision that person standing in front of you, facing you. And now see yourself expressing gratitude to that person. So thanking them and letting them hear the words that you choose to express your gratitude. So choose these words carefully. See yourself thanking them using words that really express how they made you feel grateful, and how they are appreciated. And just see yourself speaking those words to them. And perhaps seeing their expression of receiving that gratitude. And now taking those same words that you chose to express gratitude and hearing them from someone else, hearing them being spoken to you. And as you have your hand on your heart, just feel that connection to your heart space and feel what it's like to be appreciated. To feel that someone is grateful for you, for something you did. And just hear those words being spoken to you, words of gratitude, and receive that gratitude. And know that you are worthy of that gratitude. And really relish in what it feels like to both give or express and receive gratitude, how powerful that emotion is. Let's take one long inhale, breathing in abundance, and one long exhale, releasing any sense of scarcity or lacking. And you can release your hand and gently begin to open your eyes. So hopefully you were able to tap into that genuine feeling of gratitude. Gratitude is not just a few words, but it's the emotion that we experience when we feel truly grateful, truly appreciative for something or someone. And just remember that it's not happiness that brings gratitude, but gratitude that brings happiness, those feel-good chemicals. Thank you for sharing this practice with me. Namaste.